My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Samaritan. Now, this is a movie that I was looking forward to because it's Julius Avery's follow-up to Overload, a movie that I absolutely love. And this movie was supposed to come out on June 5th of 2021, and then June 5th just passed and it never came out, and I didn't hear anything about it for the longest time. And then I heard like a month or two ago that it's coming out on August 26th, and the poster came out, the trailer came out. I avoided all of it, but due to the lack of buzz surrounding this movie, I did lower my expectations, and I have to say that I lowered them for good reason. This is not a good movie at all. It is quite the disappointment. But let's begin talking about the cast, first with Sylvester Stallone. And I've heard people say that he gives a really good performance here, and I have to disagree. He is just sleepwalking through this movie. He's not putting in an ounce of effort, and it shows. This is some of his worst acting ever. Some of his line delivery, especially in the last act, is just abysmal. So I wasn't too impressed by him. And then you've got Javin Watten, who I know as Ashtray from Euphoria, and that's my least favorite character in that show, and I don't think he's a good actor here at all. Every single time they're trying to show that he's happy and he just starts smiling and brightens up, it just comes across as so fake, and at no point did any aspects of this character feel genuine. And I didn't buy the relationship between the two of them, and I didn't care about the friendship that they form. I don't think it was well written at all. And then you've also got Pilua Asbak, who I definitely mispronounced his name, but the guy who played the bad guy in Overload plays the bad guy in this movie, and I guess he's fine. It's not a good performance, but I wouldn't say he's bad. And then you've got Desha Palance, who plays the kid's mom in this movie, and yeah, she doesn't have much to do. It's a nothing performance. So the acting didn't impress me here, but Julius Avery does a terrible job directing this movie. The action in it is so goofy and so over the top for a movie that takes itself so seriously. Like Sylvester Stallone will push a guy, and the guy will do like 16 backflips in the air as he goes against the wall. And yes, that's a hyperbole, but still, that's the way it feels like. He punches a guy and the guy just falls in the most over-the-top manner. It just constantly took me out of the movie time and time again, and I just couldn't take it even remotely serious. And it doesn't help that this movie clearly wanted to be all-rated, but for some reason the studio held back and made it PG-13, so the lack of blood is just very distracting. And I think this movie is terribly edited, like especially during the action sequences, but just during smaller moments as well. It's all over the place. It's not put together in a cohesive manner well. Like there was one scene at the end of the movie where Sylvester Stallone is talking to the bad guy, and the guy is above a flight of stairs. And he's still talking, and the camera cuts to Sylvester Stallone, and then it cuts back to the bad guy who's still talking, and all of a sudden he's just down this flight of stairs. Like, come on, that's just lazy filmmaking. It's unacceptable, really. So, really hated that. And then we also get this one moment, which I found to be so stupid, where the bad guy wears an oversized jacket, and he does this big speech, and all I could think of was Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, and it was just so stupid. Like, everyone goes from a normal citizen to just destroying the city and just letting chaos and anarchy happen just like that, and you don't buy it at all. Now, what I do like about this movie is I do like the opening scene. I think it sets up the necessary exposition in a very creative way. And I do like what this movie is going for, especially with this reveal towards the end of the movie. I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't see it coming, because looking back it is very obvious, but I do like this reveal and how it recontextualizes the entire movie. I actually think it's quite a brilliant idea, and it just makes you realize that this movie could have been really good. Like, everything it's going for is great, but the writing and the execution is just so freaking bad. And to begin an ending that I just found to be completely underwhelming. It kind of reminded me of Rise of Skywalker. Well, the character says one thing, but they should have said something else entirely that would have made it all the better. So, yeah, I don't think there's much to recommend about this movie. I think it's poorly made. I think it's poorly acted. It's slow. The action isn't good. It's a movie that I'm going to forget I even watched in the morning when I wake up. So I'm going to go ahead and give Samaritan a 3 out of 10. If you want to watch a movie similar to this, but without all the superhero stuff, I recommend checking out a movie called Charm City Kings. It came out, I think, in 2020, and it's a very good, underrated movie. So that's the movie you should watch instead of this one. But did you watch Samaritan? Are you a good Samaritan? Ha 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 ha. But anyways, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin out.